Okay, as you can see here, we have just been filled on this trade in the light crude. The market, by the way, this is Friday, July the 18th, 2014. I'm just going to show you here that we had a good dip here in the market. It hit a low down there after testing the high. This is what it did very early in the session. Came down and formed that low. Then had a pretty good bounce, or approximately halfway or so of that very large black area, which is what we call a high velocity move. Then when it came down here, it did so with a level 1 selling bar after sort of a mini consolidation. And being in the up auction, one of the techniques we like to use to get into a trade when our background of the market is intraday up auction is to wait for a consolidation like that, and then for the low of the consolidation to get tested and rejected. So once the high of that selling level 2 bar is taken out, go ahead and get in on that on the long side. So just want to go ahead and make sure I got my order in there. I want to sell 2 for a 10 tick profit. We're long at 101.91, so that sell limit 2 is at 102.01. You can see here that we are now trading the September contract, so just rolled over. So we're no longer trading the August, we're now trading the September crude contract. So I always like to try and identify the intraday directional bias in the market, as that gives us a good background from which to make our day trades. So I'll go ahead and we've got our objective in here at 102.01, which is a 10 tick profit. I usually like to exit half of the position at what I consider to be a reasonable profit. And looking at this crude, consider about 10 ticks to be a reasonable profit, and then go for a break even or approximately a break even on the second half of the position once that's reached. So that's really the thinking here on on why this trade is in existence. You can see off of the low there too that we have had a cyan bar right off of the low, cyan buying bar, which in our software you can color the bars whatever color you want. So I've colored mine cyan bar for level 1 buying, and then you can see the decel bar that we had immediately thereafter. There's the level 2 selling bar that tested the low of the day, came into that green area, which is our software is identified as a likely support area. Then we've got the level 1 buying, we've got the decel and another level 1 buying. So we've got some pretty good buying off of the low here, and that's within the context of the intraday up auction that we've identified going into today, and a test of that earlier low. So things are looking pretty good for right now. We'll see if we can get some movement higher out of this guy. You can see the low down here is at 78, and we've got our objective in there at 10. So with the low of the day at 101.78, I really should put in a protective buy stop here. I don't like to have the sell stop, protective sell stop I should say. So I'll put that in here for the 4 contracts, just 1 tick below the low of the day, and we'll adjust it. Okay, we just got filled, as you can see, at our first objective right there at 102.01. So I need to change the stop on this. Obviously we only have 2 contracts left, so I need to adjust the stop. So reduce the stop down to just 2 contracts, and I'll raise the stop price from that 77 level right up to break even, because the market has moved and expected perhaps to get up to here, which you can see, which was with the bounce that we had after the initial low was made. So that could very well be the next target in there. So I'm going to come in and put my 102.11. I'm going to go ahead and put my sell limit in there to sell 1 contract, because we only have the 2 contracts left, and that will give us a 20 tick profit on that. So I've got the stop in, and I've got the objective in there, and we'll go ahead and pause the video here and pick it up as the market dictates. Okay, just picked up the video again here, started the recording again. You can see we did get filled on our second objective there, which is a nice 20 tick profit on that. So a good move there. I'm going to wait till this bar here has closed before I actually make the adjustment. Obviously I need to adjust down to one contract only, because we obviously only have one contract left, and we'll just wait and see what we get off of this bar. I suspect it's going to be another paint bar, another aggressive buying bar. There's kind of movement here on the 1 minute bar. It's moved up 20 or so ticks. So if you have any questions or comments, you can reach us. I put our email address there, info@daytradethemarket. So and of course our website is daytradethemarkets.com. So you can always go ahead and reach us there. We've got lots of videos on the website. You got any questions, just get a hold of us, whether it's about this or not. Now, so you can see the bar did come in. It's a level 1 buying bar, cyan bar. So that's pretty good buying. And obviously we have that red area up there around 102.25 to 102.30, which is roughly the resistance area, which we expect the market to, maybe test, maybe not, but to probably find an overhead resistance in that area. So I've adjusted the stop there to 101.99, and which is just a couple of ticks below the low of that buying cyan bar. There's expect the next area to be up in the top there, and this is where the market opened today. So we'll just go ahead and see how the market developed. There was the late spike high and then the early high. So we've got some good yardsticks to work with here with this green red zone, the red zone up above here. So we will we've got our stop in here, and there's the red zone down there. So we've got our stop in place. We've locked in 8 ticks on this should the market come down and stop us. So I think we got everything in play here. And hopefully we can get some follow through higher. So we'll go ahead and pause the video and pick it up as the market dictates. Okay, you can see that the market has just formed this what we call a high velocity move, which is this dark rectangular formation. If the market's strong, and the high here will probably hold. If not, it could come down to the midpoint. Still be relatively strong. It could come all the way back down to the low and still be okay, not perhaps a great trade. So with that in mind, we do have our stop just slightly below there. So that's probably good for us for right now. Okay, picked up the video again. You can see it did have a little bit of a dip into that high velocity move. Deceleration bar, the green dot and triangle there, and then we came in with this level 1 buying bar. So the market's looking pretty good. We might even break through that upper barrier. But we do have a good reference there at 102.10 even, right there, which is the low of that little dip where the market came down and decelerated. So I'm going to go ahead and adjust my stop. Just put it a little bit below there. I've got it at 102.07. We're long at 101.91. So that'll lock in 16 ticks for us should the market turn around and stop us. So I think we're pretty well good to go here. And we'll see what kind of movement we can get. Hopefully it'll come up and hit into this. Okay, it's come up, decelerated here. Not that surprising. That is our upper resistance area. So we'll see. Maybe we're going to get stopped, maybe not. But we'll just see how the market develops here. Okay, I restarted it. You can see here that we did get stopped out at for a 16 tick profit. As you can see, it did take out the low, that little dip right in there, and it did obviously come up and hit our resistance area and back off. So the trade still worked out pretty well. I did a little synopsis here when I was on pause. So we had the two contracts where we made 10 ticks each, with the one contract where we made 20 ticks, and then the one where we got stopped out for 16 ticks, so 56 tick total on our four contracts. And if you're not familiar with the crude, that is a $10 per tick, so 56 ticks total on that trade. So we'll see what sort of develops here in the crude from here on out for the rest of the day. If any comments or questions, you can get a hold of us right here at info@daytradethemarkets.com, and of course our website, daytradethemarkets.com. So swing by, take a look at some of our videos. You got any questions about this video or any of the others, just get a hold of us, and be happy to answer any of your questions. So have a good day, and that'll be it for now.